thing to do with their time than sit here and make up things like CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC. They have nothing better to do than this. Forget about any of the accomplishments. Forget about any of the good things that are happening. They have to use negativity. There's nothing positive about this whatsoever. They cannot report on any positive numbers about unemployment being down the first time in so many years, over a decade. Tax is going to be the lowest for Americans than over probably 30, 40 years or ever. The lowest taxes in recent memory of any president, lowering, which will be a big accelerator for small businesses, the middle class, people to get out of poverty. This is good news. Unemployment down, military is building up, infrastructure is building up, the wall's going up. I know people hate that on the left, but good things are happening. Now, we had the sad news of our fallen heroes from Niger, and that's the narrative now that we have to listen to. It's the left at its greatest now, trying to take a simple phone call where John Kelly, General Kelly, was right there for the phone call, saying that Donald Trump disrespected a widow. As if Donald Trump did something to cause her late husband, to pass away. Her late husband served at the pleasure of the president. So does every single person in uniform. To me, this is a dishonoring effect. Unfortunately, the wife siding with politicians to be able to get this negative narrative, and this is how the husband's going to be remembered. God rest his soul for protecting each and every one of us here in America to keep the terrorists on the run and killing terrorists. And this is an ongoing thing around the world. I've known we've had missions in Africa. I have friends that are in the military that are in the reserve and get deployed there several times. I was a little surprised several years ago when I was like, why are you going there? They couldn't disclose the information exactly what they were doing because they're not supposed to tell you. But we have missions all over. That is to protect our allies, and ISIS is embedded in Africa. It was Islamic militants that killed them. Now, there's an investigation going on. Everybody would like to know how it happened. Unfortunately, Islamic militants did this. They've killed Americans before. It won't be the last time either. Unfortunately, there's a war that's going on. It's going on all over the world. Lots of headway, but the strategy is changing. They're going to different places. They get chased out of one place out of Iraq. They go to one place in Syria. Get taken out of Syria. They go to Afghanistan. And they go to other places where they're able to get in. And Africa seems to be a really hot haven. Maxine Waters, I believe, no pun intended, seriously needs to step down. This is deplorable for her position. I don't care, what her personal views are of the president. This is more than just rhetoric. Omar Narvo says, I'm calling for the arrest of Maxine Waters. Let's get ready for it. I mean, her voice was very, very sure of what she said. I want you to listen to very, very carefully, because remember, it's not what you say, it's how you say. You tell me if she was just playing. That's what some people are saying, that she's just playing around a little bit.
I wish I could sit with Dick.
Okay, no, that's in the montage. Here's we need just the one, the Trump takeout.
Wow, what a moving evening this is. I am sitting here, listening, watching, absorbing, thinking about Ali, even though I never met him. And with this kind of inspiration, I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And then the sick applause. A bunch of sickos. applauding it. If that would have been anybody else saying that they wanted to take Barack Hussein Obama out, you don't think for a moment that the Secret Service would have been there in a heartbeat, and it would have been all over every single TV station around the country, every single newspaper? You betcha. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me? Is there a double standard? Come on. Give me a break, folks. There is a war going on. There is a war against conservatism. Clearly, patriotism, conservatism, all these particular things, our values, are under attack, plain and simple. There is a struggle going on, and I think it's more than meets the eye. This is a spiritual war that's going on. I'm convinced. Brian Kilmeade, I saw this morning, he's got a new book about Andrew Jackson. You should get the book. Great research, great president, interesting life. But Andrew Jackson, and I want to give away the whole book. You got to buy the book. Andrew Jackson, you got to learn about some wars that were fought. But one war, I think it was in 1812, that was won, was the belief that nuns had prayed for Andrew Jackson. I am so convinced that prayer works that Donald Trump, in my opinion, would have never won had it not been for the prayers of righteous people in this country. I've told you before, if you're a long-time listener to the broadcast, but if you're not, I'll tell you again. Franklin Graham, the son of evangelist Billy Graham, who has preached to more people than any other evangelist on the planet, still alive, by the way, in his 90s, late 90s. His son, Franklin Graham, went to every capital of the United States and prayed before the election. Prayed. Everybody prayed. Huge turnouts. Every single place, every capital, to pray for this country. We need to get back to that. We need to realize that God has a plan for our nation. He has a plan for us individually, collectively. We must embrace prayer. We need to get back to the very basics of this country. Our founding fathers prayed. They relied on God for direction, and they lived a righteous life. Not just in word, but in deed. And all of us can learn something from Andrew Jackson. Get the book, seriously. Brand new book, Andrew. That's the president, Brian Kilmeade. And yes, he's one of the hosts on Fox and Friends, but he's got a bunch of history books out that you got to read that is excellent. But we need to get back to understanding the people who built this country, the folks that had backbone, wasn't afraid to stand up to the enemy, didn't play the games that a lot of these politicians play today. They took America serious, and we should too.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew was I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it, don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Women Wear Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please call or go online with your gift right now.
For the people is there.
Introducing the official For the People coffee mug featuring the colorful red, white, and blue For the People logo with Keith Allen on a ceramic 11-ounce coffee mug, perfect for any hot beverage of your choice. This mug is a great reminder of what we stand for: God, country, and family, with conservative values and good old-fashioned common sense. To order your For the People coffee mug, pay just $20 plus $3.99 shipping and handling at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And enjoy.
With all the choices out there to enjoy some entertainment, wouldn't it just be nice to have something that didn't cost an arm or a leg? I found something that does just that. It's called 123 Ready TV. It's one of the most remarkable apps available to start watching all of those movies and TV shows for one incredible price, just $19.99. And that's a one-time only price. Recap: all your movies, current and classic, and sports and news, and so much more. So cut the cable and stop spending money at the movies when you can truly have it all at your fingertips. No commercials, just all the entertainment you desire. 123 Ready TV is available for Windows and all Android devices. Get your 123 Ready TV for just $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page to get yours now and start enjoying entertainment the way it was supposed to be. Fun.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate online at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
And we're back. Common Sense on your radio for a Monday. Keith Allen for the people. When was the last time you actually saw a good movie? A good movie. It's a shame that Hollywood just is not really making many new ones. It seems like some of the best movies that I've seen lately are true stories that have been written. Scully was really good with Tom Hanks about the landing of the plane in the Hudson. That was remarkable. A service dog movie, but just it's been a long time. And a lot of people are saying maybe because of the sexual misconduct, maybe the scandals that are continuing to rock Hollywood. Well, let's talk about the flopping at the box office. Executives are basically taking their licks and reducing the numbers of theaters that some of the fall's biggest movies are being shown in. Let's run down some of the weekend blockbusters like Blade Runner 2049, starring Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford, and American Made with Tom Cruise were expected to be major hits, but both have flopped, according to the Box Office Mojo. Blade Runner 2049 will be made only, how much did they make? $74 million through 3 weeks. It had a production budget of $150 million. American Made, on the other hand, has made only $45 million. Yeah, it is one of the poorest performing movies on Cruise's career. Other flops include Flatliners, Battle of the Sexes, Geostorm, and even the Lego movie. So why are the flops?